I'm almost 30 years old. Not yet old enough to seem old in the grand scheme of things. I haven't even reached the halfway point of the average lifespan, and my family on average lives till they're 90, so I got another 60 years at minimum of paying greedy landlords and pretending that furious masturbation is a suitable substitute for actual coping mechanisms. But in gamer terms, I'm absolutely ancient. I was born around the release of the Sega Genesis. My first video game was Sonic the Hedgehog on my aunt's Sega, and my first console that was mine to own was a N64 package with Super Smash Bros. And fucking Mario Golf. As such, not only have I witnessed the vast evolution of gaming, I've been a legitimate part of it. I watched in awe as graphics got better, games got more intricate, stories unfolded, and the birth of online live service games began to flood the market to a point where a bunch of mouth-breathing glue huffers who ignore a good 75% of game releases sit back and make 900 bad gaming articles on whether or not gaming has gotten worse as an art form. As if there wasn't a plethora of indie games and AAA story-driven releases that you could be playing. Just put down the fucking Battle Royale, guys! I promise you it's gonna get better! Sorry. Anyway, one of the byproducts of the internet and online gaming as a whole has developed ease of access for gaming communities. I've been a part of many live service gaming communities, the major ones being Overwatch, Apex, and now Dead by Daylight. And while in the Dead by Daylight community this past few months, I've noticed quite a few things. The us versus them mentality, people never wanting to understand the perspective of the other role, the incessant bitching, good god. I've never met a community that bitches more than this one, and I come from fucking Apex Legends, where the common meme is that nobody hates Apex Legends more than Apex Legends players. But Dead by Daylight has a community that bitches to such an outstanding degree. And look, I'm not sitting here on a high horse. Most of my channel at this point is me complaining about the game. I actually try to provide solutions to my issues instead of calling the devs cancer or trash and whatnot. Seriously, that's pretty fucked. But regardless, my hope in making videos is to actually improve upon the game, not just cry for the sake of crying. So obviously there's a lot of issues about the game, and if you're a member of the community, you've either seen the Spooky Loops video or the Dowsy one, where they spend around 20 minutes telling us how the game has gotten worse and they're worried about the future of it, and it's probably going to die if they don't do something about it, or whatever. I have my own issues with those videos, but let me drop a bombshell for you. The biggest problem in Dead by Daylight is not mechanics. It's not balance, it's not perks, it's not killer designs, it's not monetization, it's you. Yes, you, Joshua. I see you creeping with a baseball bat on behavior servers. It's not a coincidence I DC'd right as I was about to catch you for the evil incarnate achievement on Michael Myers, you DDoSing fuck! Anyway, in all seriousness, it's the community, the way they act, not outside the game, but in it. Look, I'm not innocent in all this. My claim to fame was a Twitch clip of me losing my temper at being flashlight blinded. And the creator who made a video on it, which actually got me more followers, he has a video on his channel of criticizing himself losing his temper. We aren't perfect, but I'm talking about something deeper. I'm talking about the way that people approach playing this game, and how they like to have the weird goal of just making the other side miserable. Killers will purposely tunnel at 5 gens, bleed people out for no reason, hit over and over again on hook, carry a survivor to hatch just to close it in their face, etc, etc. Survivors will teabag after pallet stun, teabag at the exit gate, spam flashlight clicks, force flashlight blinds during animations for no reason, flip-flop boil over at the highest points of the map, and then teabag when the killer can't get to a hook, bring you to dead dogs with 4 head-ons and sit in lockers for ages while one chases around the main building to stun for absolutely no reason, follow the killer around, drop pallets for no reason, etc, etc, etc. People in this game will play the game with the intention of griefing the opposite side, and sometimes their own side for whatever reason, for the sheer purpose of being a dick, being mean to other people, and imagining their anger for some reason is people's ideas of fun. And there's inevitably going to be some person that's just like, well, don't let it affect you, bro, it's so easy. And like, sure, yeah, that's a solution, of course, and sometimes, hell, even most of the time, I cannot let it get to me. I feel like most people cannot let the toxicity get to them for the most part. But you know what? Some days it does, especially when it happens game after game after game, sometimes day after day after day. I play this game for a living. This is how I pay my bills on Twitch. So when it starts getting to me and I have to get off and end stream because it's one of those days, sometimes one of those weeks where the game is getting under my skin, it kind of pisses me off even more. It's easy to say just let it go on some Elsa head assery, but not everybody can just let it go, and it's not every day. There are steps you can take, get off the game, play something else, breathe, blah, 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 blah. blah. But at the end of the day, there needs to be a conversation around people purposely going out of their way to make others upset. And I feel like it says far more about those people who purposely BM to make others mad than it does about the person who's actually getting upset. Oh, it's just a game. Oh, it's just pixels. Oh, it's just that. Understandable. But it's the equivalent of playing a game of cards and then your opponent just randomly calls you a shit-eating cunt and flips you off. Yeah, it doesn't physically do anything to you, but you guys were having a good game. You were chilling. Why did they just decide to be dicks all of a sudden? I don't know, maybe I'm way off here, but I mentioned earlier that I've been in many gaming communities, and in every single one I've been in, people have ruined a lot of the gaming experience for me and for a lot of others. I hate seeing it happen in literally every single game that I genuinely enjoy. People should just be playing the game to play the game. You should play the game for the sake of having fun and being engaging and all of these other things. And if your idea of fun is ruining other people's day, then I'm sorry for saying that you're a piece of shit, and I don't think you should be playing the fucking game. I think that you really need to reevaluate the way that you look at gaming, or maybe even your life. There's gotta be outside factors coming in to make you such an insecure little dickhead that you purposely ruin people's day and their gaming experience. Oh, well, it's not my job to ensure that the other side has fun. Okay, fair, but that doesn't apply to what I'm talking about here. The other side's fun not being your responsibility has more to do with something like the perks that you run in terms of just trying to do builds, right? Like when killers run Eruption, Colibri, Overcharge, it's not their job to make sure that the survivors are having fun. They're trying to win the game. But when you go out of your way to purposely do things you know are going to piss the other side off, when you flashlight click spam, when you teabag at the exit gate, even when you didn't do anything, which is a really common occurrence for some reason. In the in-game chat, you type GG easy, you fucking trash. It's like, half the time, I'm not even really upset. I'm just sat back going, what the fuck? Like, why are you coming at me? Why are you being hostile to me? And that's the whole point I'm trying to get at, is the purposeful hostility toward the people you're playing against doesn't make any sense to me. It's done for the purpose of being hostile instead of done for an actual reason. And if your excuse is like, well, I've had a bad day, I've lost all my games because my teammate sucks and the killers keep camping me, so I'm gonna just be a little dickhead to the killer back. That killer you're playing against, or those teammates that you're in a game with, are not the same ones that irritated you or aggravated you. You don't need to be paying negativity forward. That's not how the world should work. If someone is an asshole to you, I understand being an asshole back. However, if someone's an asshole to you and then you turn around and you be an asshole to somebody else, that's a you problem. That is a you issue. You're the asshole in that situation. Look, I don't know. Maybe I'm way off course. Maybe I'm just talking out of frustration, and I'm sorry for the weird tangent video. I promised you guys a discussion on a possible ranked mode for Dead by Daylight today, but Thursday I just had some of the most awful group of dickheads in multiple games, and I had to make this video if for nothing more than to get my frustrations off my chest. I love you all, and I'll see you on Wednesday with a brand new video. And remember, keep on gaming.